For the past years, I blew millions of dollars. And in this video, I want to tell you why you should save more money. As contradictory as this sounds, coming from a guy with multiple supercars in a $10,000 lower piano jacket. But I'm telling you that you have to save more money. Because what makes me want to tell you this? The other day, I moved out of my Dubai villa because I just wasn't happy with the build qualities, etc. anymore. And you have to imagine I was paying 200,000 euro per year in rent. Over 3 years, that makes 600,000 euro in rent. That makes 600,000 euro in rent paid. That's probably something like $650, $700. And I could have very easily bought a very, very nice house in like an A-tier country or an apartment in an S-tier country with that money. But now I left and I have nothing. And this move out of this place made me realize how much junk, expensive junk I accumulated. Because seeing the movers go through everything, packing everything, I saw iPhones, PlayStations, and that's the small stuff. But that was 10, 20,000 euro laying there in stuff just from the office. And the big thing is like a billiard table, a custom-made billiard table for, I don't know how much money I spent for that. At least $1,000, $3,000. A custom-made home gym, which in the end I had to give away for free because it was not worth my time to try to sell it to someone. And that's when it really hit me, because it really hit me like a train wreck, that I realized, whoa. I knew that I blew a lot of money the past few years, but I want to tell you my thoughts and what I would change if I could, because I would be so much more wealthier if I wouldn't have just blown money on everything and maybe would have saved a little bit more. I'm still doing fine. Don't worry about me. But I think for you, if you're just starting out or starting to have your first successful months, then I think that this video can really help you to get a much better trajectory. An example that shows this even more is cars. I own multiple cars. And picture the Ferrari. The Ferrari is on Dubai number plates. So what do you have to do with Dubai number plates if you want to drive it in Europe? You have to ship it. And I don't want to wait, so I fly it. Flying is obviously expensive. So I pay 25 grand one way to fly the car, 25 to send it back every 12 months. And then you need insurance. Then you need repairs. A valet crashed the Ferrari into the wall. Insurance covered it, but headaches. It's not only financial headaches, because obviously insurance is, for all the cars, is like 2 or 3 grand a month. And then every car at least is 10K per year in servicing, in repairs, etc. That's 100 grand blown out the window right there. And my main lesson from this video is I have absolutely no problem with luxurious things. I have no problem with living a good life, with rewarding yourself, with watches, with cars, etc. But pick and choose. Because I'd much rather have 1 or 2 nice cars, 1 or 2 nice watches, 1 nice place where I stay, because I'm also renting multiple places at the same time. And yeah, it's not the smartest thing to do, obviously. But really focus your mind on 1 or 2 things and get the best. Like, I'm not some frugal person telling you, like, save all your money and don't buy anything. But don't get caught in this horde of consumerism. Because the move out really hit me, where I sat there and I'm like, whoa, this shit that I'm giving away here it's kind of sad, because this is money where people go to work for a year. And that just really hit me, where I was like, it's not it. Because I was kind of angry at myself. And I do think that this is certainly a normal stage that every business owner, entrepreneur has to go through. You have to have money to realize that it really isn't everything. You have to have the cars to see that no one really cares. Like cars and watches, no one really cares. I remember when I was 19, it was one of my first times in Dubai. I remember this friend, mentor, whatever, told me, yeah, all the cars don't matter. What really matters is comfort. And this is so true. I'd much rather never drive a Lamborghini anymore than always have to fly economy. That proves the point pretty well. Because comfort is what really matters. And it's very hard to step away from comfort. But to have one or two cars instead of 8, to have one or two watches instead of I don't know how many, is there really a difference? No. Can you do it? Yes. Because if you really go deep and you think about it, then it really is your ego talking to you. Will the world care if I only have one or two cars? No. No one cares. It's only your ego telling you you're the big successful guy and you need this and you need that and you need to show the world how cool you are. But no one really cares. If people only buy your service or product because you have a nice car, then probably have the wrong service. So I've really become, I'm not one of these, what's the word? I'm not one of these communists that tell you, you cannot have money, money's horrible. No, money's great. And it's very nice to have the freedom of money and to not have to worry about money. But there is definitely a point of diminishing returns with stuff. So this is a warning to all the people watching this video that don't get caught up in this stuff. Reinvest money in your business. Buy 1 or 2 rewards, toys, whatever you want to call it. But don't get caught up in this consumerism black hole where you burn all your money. Because one guy I really like, Kino Body, had a really interesting statement on this. And he said, the power of not, or the feeling of not needing something is much more powerful than owning something. And this really, really, really stuck in my mind. Because do I need another car? Do I need a Cullinan? Do I need the GT3 RS? Do I need another AP, another Patek, another Richard Mille? No, not really. And I'm not even wearing a watch. And this is really it, that there is a level beyond all the materialistic stuff. There is something that comes after it. There is other things that are more important than the stuff you have. And I want you to learn this rather earlier than later. Because like this, you will grow much faster and you will burn less money. And the good thing is that I'm fortunate enough that my cash flow keeps coming, my businesses keep growing over the years. But what happens if they don't? what happens? Like, the good thing is that even the villa and the cars and all that stuff, it's a small percentage. So I still have reserves. But what happens if it doesn't? And what happens if you don't do it like me and you really blow all your money on cars that drop in value, watches that you buy on the gray market? What happens then? What are you going to do? And you should really keep that in mind, that in your 20s, everything can happen. Businesses can break. You can need money. Nothing is guaranteed. And don't get fooled by your ego that tells you you need this, you need that, you need to seem successful. Because the funny thing is, if you look at most young men's Instagram, and their Instagram, they are much cooler than they are in real life. With me, I would say it's the opposite. My Instagram, it's nice, but compared to the real me, it's very boring, and it's very not representative of the real me. Probably like 5%. So yeah, take this, think about it, really think about it. If the reason why you're buying all this stuff is because you want it, or because you think you want it, because someone else expects you to have it. See you in the next one.